going on, traders? It's Ricky with TechBit Solutions. So just on the recap on today's trading, I do want to give a shout out to all the members that participated in today's trades. Overall, it ended up not being a great day. For those that traded this certain penny stock, I believe it's UCRM, saw a huge amount of profit, right? Yeah, it's UCRM. Spiked up another, I believe, 50%, not too sure. But other than that, I mean, you can't trade UCRM if you have Robinhood. The reason why that was a very common question was that Robinhood, like majority of brokerage companies, do not offer pink sheet stocks. And what that means is it's not tradable under NASDAQ, and it didn't meet certain regulations. Therefore, this is a true penny stock. So although it's seen very green days, definitely UCRM, well, based on the overall type of penny stock it would not be considered a hold, right? But feel free to do, if you see potential, do whatever it is that you think can happen. But I'm going to do a breakdown on today's trades, as well as why I don't enjoy this day, but I enjoy the days that follow. So today was a very red day, and like one of my videos, I talked about why I love chasing red stocks, and the reason I say that is because when there's big red days, that means big green days are to follow, right? There's always bounces, and there's always margins of profit that open up, that it's our job as day traders to capitalize on that. So although you didn't have an amazing day today, or you could have broken even, or even if you lost some money, don't let that discourage you. If you don't see the market and you don't see the potential that specific day, like today, like the majority of you did not, I don't want you guys to feel discouraged. I don't want you guys to feel like you guys have to trade. A lot of you are limited to the amount of day trades that you guys have. Make sure you value those. If you value those, why would you guys just throw that away, right? So make sure that it's in your favor, that you see the potential, and that you're willing to put forth the work. JNUG was one that I've been trading today, and it's one that's continuously gone down from where I bought in. I originally bought in at 655, and I've had to continue average down, and I'm in a sense chasing it. It now flatlined or bounced really at that $6 mark, which is pretty great, right? But something that you guys could have done is look, if I'm chasing it all the way down, right, you guys can take a step back, pretty much just see what it is that I'm doing, and then once it ends up really bouncing, then you guys make the decision, set up a plan where you're buying, where you're selling, see the potential, and then execute. Go for it. It really comes down to, don't force your guys' trades. Don't force yourself trading just to make certain quotas per day, right? Although it's fun, although you don't want to miss out on any profit, you also don't want to lose money, and that's why and you don't want to lose that day trade, especially if you're limited to that amount of day trades you can do. So I would highly suggest not only to really try to capitalize on everything that you guys can do, but as well as take a step back, analyze the market, see how it's doing, and don't force it. See that, okay, it is a red day, right? So I'm gonna really let it kind of just play out the way it does today, and I'm gonna perform the best technical analysis that I ever have tonight, and I'm gonna make sure that tomorrow I make up for what I didn't make up today, and make sure that it's an amazing day. But again, if it's not tomorrow, then again, days to follow. This huge drop from JNUG, it's based on previous trends. Most likely it's going to come back up based on previous trends, right? And it's very common that from time to time it does see big drops, but it always climbs back up. And it's about being patient, setting up a plan, and not letting these red days discourage you. It does have, overall right now at $6, a majority within the past 10 days, JNUG has held above $6. So what does that mean? Okay, well, $6 isn't such a bad buy. Although yes, it's a red day, they're saying it's negative 11% today. Who cares what the market says, right? Who cares what it lost today? You didn't lose that amount. It's all about setting up a plan, seeing the potential, identifying the potential, setting up a plan, and following through. And this can be a trade that you guys can follow up with tomorrow, or whenever it is that you guys do see potential. But I want to make sure that you don't get discouraged just because the stock had a horrible day today. That only means that it has that much more potential the days to follow. And I want to make sure that you guys understand that. So I am currently down on JNUG. I've continued to average down. I do plan to end up selling around $7 as that's my ideal sell point to lock in my 10% profit. I'm in about $5,000 with JNUG right now, and it's a little bit more than I'm usually trading with, but this one's definitely going to be a hold overnight. And again, I don't encourage any of you to follow what it is that I'm doing. It's just something that I feel comfortable with based on my previous experience with JNUG. Now I want to talk about TOPS. TOPS was one that was talked about a lot within our group. It did very well and then ended up just slowly bleeding down, and I felt like a lot of you again were chasing it. don't chase stocks. Let it, flatline, let it show that it's showing, true upward momentum, and then, set up a plan and execute. The more you chase it, the more you'll lose. And I want to make sure that you guys are not, complaining about, well, how do I get in at a better price? It's because you guys are forcing it. And the more you force it, the harder it is for you that it's going to be successful when it comes to, being in the green, right? Or making a profit. I want to make sure that you guys take a step back, analyze, set up a plan, and there's nothing wrong with letting 2-3 cents go up as long as it indicates that there's an upward momentum. And what I mean by that is you could have just waited for a solid bounce, and throughout the day, really, it had no solid bounce until it hit, that 111, 113 mark, and then from that 112. And from that 112, and now it's bouncing and it has hit highs of 116, so that's showing a solid bounce. So with that, yes, you let a couple cents go, but you still have margins of profit, and it's a lot more margin of profit than you would have had, than writing it down. So again, take a step back, analyze, set up a plan, and execute. Don't be impatient, don't force it, and really, you guys have to value yourselves as traders and understand that you guys don't have to be trading every single day to make the most amount of profit. Now for DRYS, this was one that I was able to squeeze in a small amount of profit, not a huge amount. We did call this one out during pre-market movers, and pretty much what we were seeing was that yesterday it closed at, it had a really nice resistance around 140, meaning that it wouldn't break. During pre-market hours, obviously showed signs that it was breaking. I was actually going to jump on in, and I should have, again, but because it broke that resistance, so now this was going to be a support, right? And I could have just cut my losses and jumped in, but again, I was a little scared, a little skeptical because of the resistance it had here at 146. I called it out right as it broke above 146, came back down. I bought in at 147 and ended up selling way over here at 152. And what I could have done better is I should have noticed the resistance in that, since I had time, sold at 153, 152, let it drop back down, bounce at that same support of around 146, and could have capitalized on the same trade, almost the identical trade, twice. So instead of making my $103 of profit, I could have made $206 worth of profit. And that is my mistake for the day. I could have just set up a plan and seen if it repeats itself, and it really did. Now it's showing signs of upward momentum, meaning that it didn't go as low as it did before to that 146. It went lows of 148. So hopefully for these days to follow, we can see a break above 153 and making its moves back up to that 180 point or the 210 point that it had a couple days ago. But that's ideally my plan for the days to follow. But that is it. That is the recap for today. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you guys understand what it is that I'm talking about. Again, I don't want to discourage any of you. I don't want to tell you guys exactly what it is that you guys have to do. I just want to make sure that you guys understand that, you guys have to have a plan. You guys have to understand that, people, this is a real job, and you guys have to treat it as real as possible. And I feel a lot of you just mess around and aren't really treating it as serious as it really needs to be. And you guys, I think, just need to get your feet wet a little bit more when it comes to, all the aspects that come with trading. And if there's anything that I can do, please feel free to reach out to me. If you guys have me in the group chat, if you guys are part of Tech Solutions, you guys simply just need to DM me. Email is probably the worst way to get in contact with me. If you guys DM me, I'm almost 90 to 80% sure that I will 100% get back to you. But yeah, I definitely want to help you guys out any way that I can, but I want to make sure that you guys, put forth the effort to make sure you guys are successful as well. So if you guys would like to be a part of Tech Solutions, the link is provided for you down below. I'd love to be a part of your success. Right now, we're sitting a little bit over 9,400 members with all the different platforms we have available. And if you want to join our group chat platform, simply, this is a pinned post, so you can click on any of the links right here to join any of our chat room platform. So I'd love to be a part of your success. And if you guys found this video helpful, we'd appreciate the thumbs up. And if you guys can subscribe, that would be even better. Appreciate it. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Let's make sure that we end this week on a green note. Take care, guys. Baby, don't you let it go to waste. We could put 'em all to shame. Now isn't the time to